Both Philadelphia and Kansas City are pretty much healthy in their final injury report before Super Bowl 57. Patrick Mahomes, he's pretty bad historically in Super Bowls. In Philadelphia, 6 reasons why I think that they're going to win. I'm Thomas Mott. This is the Thomas Mott Show. What's up, guys? Thomas Mott here. Welcome to the Thomas Mott Show on a Saturday. Yes, we are right about 24 hours away from Super Bowl 57, meaning we need to get into what's going on with both Philadelphia and Kansas City before the big game. We'll jump in first with the injury report and then move into some more interesting stuff as well. Let's give you the final injury report from both teams before Super Bowl 57, and honestly, it's all green lights go for both football teams. You see Philadelphia's injury report up on your screen right now. The only person who has any sort of designation who was not already prior on the IR is wide receiver Britton Covey. Still dealing with that hamstring injury. The expectation is he will still be out there as your primary punt returner, as he has been basically the entire year for Philadelphia. So obviously, really, in terms of overall questionable players, it shows you that Lane Johnson's going to play. It shows you that there's nothing wrong with A.J. Brown. Obviously, there's still some stuff going on there with him and Jalen Hurts, and same with Lane Johnson, but they're all going to play. Vontae Maddox is going to play. The Eagles are going to have all 22 starters playing and starting in this football game. Thumbs up for that. That is big news for Philadelphia. Now, the Chiefs, not to be outdone, they actually look pretty healthy as well. We mentioned the fact there's an illness going around the Kansas City locker room. That didn't really pop up on an actual injury report if you're coughing, sniffling, or have some sort of, cold-like symptoms, flu-like symptoms. But you see here, Kadarius Toney was a full go on Thursday and Friday after being limited on Wednesday. He's probably their biggest, I'd say, wide receiver threat out there in terms of big play ability with Mecole Hardman out. Starting quarterback L'Jarius Sneed upgraded full go after being limited yesterday or Thursday with some pain in his knee at practice. And finally, of course, you see the fact that there aren't any other designations here. And so no Patrick Mahomes. There's obviously no Juju Smith-Schuster talking about that calf. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to be very healthy, which honestly is a great thing just because you want to have all the players healthy in a massive Super Bowl, in the biggest game of the entire year. Plus, as Eagle fans, we want no excuses because we've seen what the San Francisco 49ers do after losing to Philadelphia 31-7 in the NFC title game. They have cried the past 2 weeks, and they have whined about it. And everybody has. George Kittle has. Deebo Samuel has. Jimmy Ward recently went out and did that. Robbie Gould has. All of the 49er players have cried about losing to the Eagles because they got their quarterback hurt. They were going to lose anyway, but hopefully now Kansas City won't do that when they lose to Philadelphia on Sunday. Thumbs up for that. Okay, quickly, I want to go ahead and mention, I mentioned this in the show yesterday, I have not gotten any email from Philly Sports Wrap, the winner of the NFC Championship Game towel, the member, of course. You got to become a member to have a chance to win it. If you have not emailed me, Philly Sports Wrap, hurry up, because I'm going to announce somebody else on Monday. Someone's going to claim this, right? Email me at thomasmottshow@gmail.com. And, of course, Monday, a chance to get these signed Boston Scott helmets here. Yes, I'm going to pick one person who is a member, so be sure to be a member by going down, clicking the join button for a chance for that to be announced on Monday. All right, historically, Patrick Mahomes. Let's talk about Patrick Mahomes in Super Bowls. So you're saying, Thomas, Patrick Mahomes is a generational quarterback, possibly going to go down as the greatest quarterback at all time. You're probably right. Patrick Mahomes has incredible regular season and postseason stats. You're 100% accurate. However, did you know Patrick Mahomes is terrible in his two Super Bowl starts with the Kansas City Chiefs? 7 out of the 8 quarters, he's been awful. And in that one quarter where he played semi-decent, his completion percentage was in the 50s, and he still threw a pick. Look at these numbers here from StatMuse. This is, again, Super Bowl in 2020, Super Bowl in 2021 versus San Francisco. They won this game, but he was 26 of 42, only completed 61% of his passes for 286 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He was sacked 4 times. Quarterback rating, 78.1. That's in a win. How about the loss to what it was a very good Tampa Bay defense that got after him rushing the passer? 26 of 49. 53% completion percentage, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. He was sacked 3 times and had an overall rate of 52.3. That's an average of 2 interceptions basically per Super Bowl right now. What does Philadelphia do very well? Take away the football, get after the quarterback, and force you into throws you do not want to take. Now, this doesn't mean and guarantee Patrick Mahomes is going to, stink tomorrow and he's going to, get blown out by the Eagle defense. Mahomes can definitely carve Philadelphia up. We know this, right? Obviously, everyone knows that Mahomes is the big X factor for the Kansas City Chiefs. However, he has a lot more pressure going into this game than anyone on Philadelphia's overall team, mainly due to the fact that Mahomes is doing something that Jalen Hurts is not doing, that Fletcher Cox is not doing, that no Eagle is doing tomorrow, and that is chasing Tom Tom Brady. Now, Hurts eventually could. You win enough Super Bowls, anyone can chase Tom Brady. But let's be real. There's one player being mentioned in the same echelon as Tom Brady for potential greatest quarterback of all time in NFL history, and it's Patrick Mahomes. Now, what has Brady done in Super Bowls? He's not only won them, he's dominated in the vast majority of them. Even the one he lost to Philadelphia back in 2017, he threw for like 8 billion yards and a ton of touchdowns. It was just a little bit better by Nick Foles. Mahomes has not dominated a Super Bowl yet. He's not even played well in a Super Bowl yet. And if he starts his career 1-2 in Super Bowls with 3 really bad games, then you start to kind of talk legacy. And I know that players will tell you legacy doesn't matter. Trust me, when it comes to someone like Patrick Mahomes and the greats of my generation or of all time, this does matter. And so keep an eye on Mahomes. Really going to be a telltale sign early on here because he has played poorly in some big games. You can think back to the Cincinnati AFC title game just last year. Okay, before we go ahead and move on here to what I think is going to be a fascinating CBS article, I do want to mention this is really your last chance to bet on the Super Bowl. You guys want to do any sort of prop bets on the Super Bowl, do it with our friends at DraftKings. You bet $5, get back $200 in bonus bets instantly. Instantly, win, lose, or draw. All you got to do is click the link down below in the description box and look at all these numbers, right? I mean, talk about some really, really good numbers where you can bet on Miles Sanders, plus 700 for first score. How about going all the way down here? Kenny Gainwell, plus 900 for first score, or plus 1,800 is what it says right here. You could put a $100 bet on that and win 19 grand if Kenny Gainwell is your first scorer in the Super Bowl. Again, jump onto DraftKings, be in a legal betting state, and place your bet. All right, I want to jump into this final story here from CBS Sports. This is always fun, right? 2023 Super Bowl, 5 bowl predictions for Chiefs Eagles, including an unlikely TD first score. Now, again, will this actually come true? Who knows? But let's go ahead and take a peek here. How about this? Quez Watkins scores the first touchdown of the game. Now, it's possible, and they go into arguing the fact that Quez Watkins does not have a playoff catch yet. However, he really hasn't been utilized much because Philadelphia's had massive leads. They've run the football a ton, haven't thrown the football in the second half. And so there's your idea of we're focusing on A.J. Brown, focusing on the running game, stopping Devontae Smith. Here comes Quez, deep ball, touchdown, Philadelphia up 7-0. That could be a fun bet there to give you a bunch of money with DraftKings. Number 2, Mahomes gets sacked 4 or more times as the Eagle pass rush makes history. I love this one here. And they talk about the fact that, yes, his ankle is much better, but it still is a messed up ankle. And that never actually is 100% until it's fully healed, which it has not had the chance to go ahead and do so. Now, Philadelphia did tie the all-time sack record for a team with 78 this year. Now, of course, they're only a couple of sacks behind the all-time season record, including playoffs, with 82 by the 1984 Bears. And so just a couple of sacks away from being able to do so. I do think they're going to be able to get after Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce, 8-game streak of having 75-plus receiving yards ends. If that happens, I think it's a bold take. If that happens, Philadelphia's winning this game, and it's not even close. I mean, truly, it's not even close. Okay, next one here. A.J. Brown catches a touchdown, but doesn't put up huge numbers. That's a fair. These are hot takes. That could happen. Brown could be 4 for a touchdown and 36 yards if they really shut down Philadelphia's passing game and they run the football very well. That's possible. Here you go. This is what I've been saying. I think Philadelphia can win the Super Bowl by a lot. They say Eagles win the Super Bowl by 14 or more points. I'll leave that one up to you guys. I think it's going to be 10. Okay, and I'll talk about my score prediction here in just one second. And that, of course, is their 5 bowl prediction. They have a 6 bowl prediction? I don't see it. It said 6, but all we do is give you... Oh, sorry, it was 5. 5 bold predictions there. So, which of these is the boldest? I think Quez Watkins scoring first is probably the boldest out of all these takes. Maybe the Eagles win by 14 or more, but still, we'll see what happens. Okay, I am going to do a live pregame show, and I'll do a post-game show as well. So subscribe, stay tuned for that. Come hang out tomorrow. Let me just finish by saying this. Philadelphia has a great chance to win a Super Bowl tomorrow. Think about that. Now, win, lose, or draw, we're going to be upset. We're going to be happy. We're going to have a lot of emotions tomorrow night after Super Bowl 57. But right now, what you need to do is take a deep breath and just say that phrase to yourself one more time. Philadelphia has a chance to win a Super Bowl tomorrow. It's been 5 years since they even came close to having a chance to winning a Super Bowl. And I know they've been good. I think 2018, they had a chance. Alshon catches the football. You never know. Because he's still going to an NFC title game. This is the closest they have been in 5 years. And prior to that, they had not been since 2003, 2004 season. Just enjoy the fact that they are even here. There are football teams in the National Football League that would give anything to even come close to doing this, what Philadelphia's been able to do in the course of my lifetime. Now, I also am very confident. I truly am. I mean, I'm nervous. I think I'm going to sleep bad tonight. I'm going to be, very, very antsy tomorrow. But overall, I'm very confident. Philadelphia should win this game. They're better offensively with the offensive line. They have a better running game. They have better wide receivers. They have a better defensive line. They have better cornerbacks. They have better safeties. They're better overall, except for maybe head coach, just from experience sake, but I think Sirianni's pretty good. And you can make the case quarterback, right? There you go. There are your 2 areas where they are better. Now, those 2 might be the two that matter the most. Who knows? But Philadelphia overall is much better. I expect a really strong, really well-scripted first drive. I think the Eagles should take the football to start. If you can get a lead, 17-0, 14-0, 10-3, 17-7, whatever it is, and start pounding away with that offensive line, I think finally, maybe, teams, and I should say people in the National Football League are going to put some respect on the Eagles' name, because when they run the football well, it's a very hard football team to beat, and Patrick Mahomes might not have enough possessions in order to climb back in what could be a big deficit for the Chiefs in general. Now, Philadelphia can lose this game, 100%. Then get torched in the middle of the football field. Gannon could have one of his worst games play calling that we've seen in recent history, but I think overall, Philadelphia has a great chance to win. I'm taking them to win, obviously. I think they win 30-20. I think it's a 10-point win. It could be 31-21. I think it's a 10-point win for Philadelphia. We get to the magical 30 number, and the question is going to be, what does Patrick Mahomes do against Jonathan Gannon's defense? That's the big matchup that I'm watching. I think Hassan Reddick has a really good chance of winning. MVP, it's probably going to be Jalen Hurts. You can say, oh, maybe it's Miles Sanders, or maybe it's A.J. Brown, or Devontae Smith, or Hassan Reddick. All possibilities, but Philadelphia, they can win without Hurts being good, but they're going to win with Hurts being great tomorrow. I think the shoulder's going to be fine. And hey, I'm just pumped to be here, guys. This is going to be fantastic. First off, before we end, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Started this show really at the beginning of the NFL season, and a couple of months later, we're approaching 8,500 subs, over 1.3 million views. It's insane the support that I've had here on the Thomas Mott Show. So from my heart to yours, I appreciate that. Sure to subscribe, thumbs up, join, share with your friends, and join me for the pre- and post-game show tomorrow. Let's hang out and have fun, right? All the pre-game hype is all wishy-washy. It's all lame on Fox. Just come over to me. We'll hang out. We'll do live stuff. We'll take your questions, and we'll get you ready for Super Bowl 57. I'm Thomas Mott. Last time before the Super Bowl, this is the Thomas Mott Show.